related illnesses and deaths, and to protect persons from the socio-economic effects of tobacco production and consumption. So that act really guides us and gives us how we should ideally move forward. And especially on the issues of protecting the public, the WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control, Article 5.3, clearly stipulates it that all state parties should protect the public health policies from the commercial or invested interest of the tobacco industry. And in so doing, it therefore addresses the fundamental conflict of interest between the industry and the public. And this fundamental interest is irreconcilable, because the industry's interest is generating resources, getting money, getting wealth. And for you, you are safeguarding the population from the effects of where the other people are getting the money. And therefore, for you, your vested interest is safeguarding the public interest, public health of the entire population. So those two interests are irreconcilable. And therefore, as a public servant, as someone who is really interested in safeguarding the population, it is therefore an obligation that you declare that you don't have any interest in dealing with the tobacco industry. And in instances where you have to deal with it, it must be in a transparent manner and in a situation where it calls for that. So it is very good that we've come up here to popularize the signing of the Declaration of Interest, the tobacco industry, and it is not only for the committee members. No, it goes beyond the committee members, that its scope now covers the executive, it covers the legislators, and also the judiciary. And those are the key three arms of government, which means all public officers are required to do this. And the event we are taking to do popularizing this calls that does not stop here, but also we have to move and ensure that all officers that are doing safeguarding government and public health policies should ensure that they totally don't have any interest in this. Therefore, in declaring, you have the obligations you have to undertake. One of the obligations is that you must ensure that you have limited or no interaction with the industry unless deemed necessary. And if it does, it means it must be as transparent as possible, ensuring why you are interacting and how the interaction is being conducted and where, and what are the outcomes in a way of protecting the public health. It also calls that you should now reject the issues of corporate social responsibility in terms of donations and whatever, because some of you may be now planning to get the third or second wife or fourth, and because you are a member of the committee, you may think that the industry now is interested in you and you seek for support. The moment you do that, then it means you are promoting their vested interest and you are accepting some bit of donations that we don't entertain, and therefore requires that you should never engage yourself in such things. So I call upon members that basically the legal documents that binds us here is that we should undermine as much as possible, but safeguard the interests of public health. I therefore call upon you, and I thank whoever has supported all this, that it has been long overdue and it is a very big beginning. It is a very good beginning, And we should not stop at that, but still move forward. Ensure that whoever is under obligation to undertake the declaration takes that. From the ministry I represent, that the office of the Prime Minister, as the leader of government business, we must really work as a committee and as public to come up with a very strong case to ensure that it helps us in pushing government offices and government officers to declare a no conflict of interest dealing with the tobacco industry. With those few remarks, I therefore wish to communicate that the significance of declaring this is that it will really promote the safeguard of public health, protecting the current and the future generation of vulnerable groups from the adverse effects of tobacco and tobacco use, and therefore we should look at ensuring that the use and demand for tobacco is regulated to the minimum, if not eliminated. I thank you very much for that, and I wish you a nice declaration without reservation. Thank you very much. Is the chair again back to me, or you must?
Thank you very much, Chair.
Okay. Members, the next item now calls for a presentation giving us clear understanding why we should do the declaration of no interest in the tobacco industry. And let me invite Councillor Talibita, who is the civil society representative, to take us through that. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Chair. I, for one, and on behalf of civil society, we want to thank government